Hello. No matter what your college major is, there are jobs in public administration that can and probably should be filled by someone with your education. Before I explain why this is, here's a summary of what's covered in this brief 12-minute video. First, we'll take a look at what public administration is. Then we can explore who works in PA or public administration. We'll also consider how Masters of Public Administration, or MPA, degree programs are designed to meet both practical and career advancement needs of public administrators. And finally, we'll take a peek at what happens in our MPA program at East Bay. So, what's public administration? Take each word alone, public and administration. What does the word public mean to you? How about where people congregate or travel through in their daily lives? It can also mean not hidden or underground. Situations that face an audience, like a performance or speech, are usually considered public. Also, spaces that are not owned or reserved exclusively for a specific group of people. In other words, we all share these public spaces, like parks and city roads. Mashing up these meanings of the word public gives a sense of a realm that exists for all of us. We make up the public. We contribute to it and benefit from it. The public is us. We are the public. Now, what does administration or administering something mean to you? How about people who run the organization and operations side of things, say in a school, in a clinical setting, dispensing of prescriptions like a nurse administering drugs? Project implementation is a form of administration. Also, appointees serving in support of an elected political executive like the President of the United States. So, mashing all this up, administration is a big, fancy word that gives a sense of facilitating or coordinating something organized or institutional. Putting these together, then, public administration basically facilitates or coordinates something organized on behalf of all of us, you and me. That's what a public administrator does, facilitates or coordinates something organized on behalf of all of us, the public. Public administrators are, or should be, stewards of the public realm so that we can realize our own life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Remember how I started a few minutes ago? I said, no matter what your college major is, a job in public administration can and probably should be filled by someone with your education. Now we can talk about this. Public administration basically maintains the controls and operations of public-facing services and makes them available to each of us as members of the public. Public administrators serve as a bridge connecting us to government institutions and programs, laws, elected officials, and civil society entities. This bridge of public administration designs and carries out most of the means for delivering services that we directly and indirectly benefit from and enjoy as members of the public. The breadth of public administration to carry out public services basically extends as far as the reach of society. Another way of looking at public administration is to point out that it's hard to imagine any college majors and areas of interest that are not included. Here are a few examples of how college majors are represented in public administration. Political science majors and majors in the social sciences, like sociology, are represented in policy analysis, think tanks, legislative offices, operational and other support functions for elected officials and government entities, advocacy, community outreach, participatory engagement to help members of our communities have a say and make a difference. Performing arts majors are represented in the backstage, front offices, and onstage of theaters and other venues. They work at not-for-profits that present all forms of artistic performance. They continue their training to work as fundraisers and development officers and some enjoy work in arts charities and philanthropy. Human development and women's studies majors are represented in public education, social services, agencies for which knowledge about particular age groups that they serve would be useful, also not for profit entities that provide support services for specific age groups, social advocacy, humanitarian and community support services, and other forms of work that enable others to realize a better future for themselves. Philosophy majors have practiced constructing abstract arguments which can be surprisingly useful in public service, such as in public policy analysis, legal services, community advocacy and counseling, public engagement and outreach. STEM majors are represented at NASA, the Forestry Service, geological and ecological fieldwork, the National Science Foundation, USDA, FDA, CDC, health clinics, public universities, and research institutions. These examples are just a small random sampling of the extent of public administration and how it spans our society. When you realize the vast need for workers with college majors like yours who serve the public in all of these ways, it becomes clear that collectively, public administration personnel are in the largest, least recognized workforce in our society. And public administration includes professions that we may benefit from routinely and take for granted, like teachers, librarians, park rangers, meteorologists, housing specialists, food inspectors, air traffic controllers, shipping port employees, art conservators, IT technicians, data analysts, people in the armed forces, geologists who research earthquakes, communications and media specialists, and all those who serve in workplaces that are not privately owned or operated for profit. As you can see, we can go on and on and on. In the study of public administration, we have a fancy term for those who work and interact directly with members of the public, street-level bureaucrats, and they are public administration employees just like managers and executives in their workplace. Whether someone is a street-level bureaucrat or their manager or an executive, these public administrators must often make complicated decisions involving budgets, operations, human resources, ethics, democratic governance, social justice, political consequences, different types of conflict, varieties of workplace behavior, teamwork, and all manner of workplace problem solving and decision making. How to keep track of and think through these issues. This is where the Master's of Public Administration degree enters the picture. Some public administrators feel the need to meet like-minded individuals and fellow public administrators in a graduate program to join in discussion and further explore these topics, as well as advance in their careers. That's what an MPA, a Master's of Public Administration degree, is designed to offer. What happens in an MPA program? Well, at Cal State East Bay, a full-time grad student load is 2 courses per semester, and our MPA program is 2 years long. Students enter in fall of their first year, then take courses in the following spring, then fall of the second year, and wrap up in their second spring semester. We have courses in organizational theory, research methods, public policy, budgeting, management, human resources, and ethics. Our classes are all online and in the evenings to accommodate working professionals. Each course has 1 weeknight per week schedule, except Fridays, but not all weeks will require meeting synchronously on Zoom. Sometimes they are asynchronous with activities that you complete on your own. Enrollment is around 25 students in a course, and each entering group of students will complete the program together in a cohort model. This fosters a sense of camaraderie and continuity, which can enhance each student's learning experience. Our instructors are full-time tenure-track university professors, as well as seasoned practicing public administration professionals, many of whom are graduates of our MPA program themselves. To wrap up, we in the Department of Public Affairs and Administration like to think of public administration and serving the public as a calling that goes beyond simply government and public sector work. Each of us has intrinsic interests that led us or will lead us to a particular college degree of our choice. And yet, beyond just a job, we also wish to be part of something larger than ourselves and to make positive contributions for the benefit of our communities and the world. Public service and a career in public administration is a fulfilling and challenging way to combine our personal interests, work aspirations, and broader hopes on a daily basis and in solidarity with others. I hope you will consider the MPA degree as a possible next or future step in your education. Thank you.